let me just give you my thoughts. My thoughts are, what a game. You know, usually when you get two very big teams, two informed teams playing against each other, it tends to be dull. Nobody wants to make a mistake. Nobody wants to give up anything. So you find them sitting back. But what I loved about this game is that both teams were positive. Both teams were positive. Rulani spoke about the 2v2s and all of that he caused attacking Pirates. But also Rivero speaking about how he put Sundowns into some very uncomfortable positions where Williams was put in a tough place himself, right? So I love that. And I love it because I don't know how many games as the Sundowns that we have to watch where teams are too afraid to take advantage of certain weaknesses that Sundowns has. I've told you guys that Sundowns attacking is incredible. Their fluidity up front is amazing. But when you see at the back, man, Putul, Mvala, even Williams, I don't know if you guys now believe me when I tell you that Abu Williams, the defense, they have a tough time, and if you can pressure them and target them, you could probably get them to make mistakes. 30 yellow card. It's a team that fouls so much. They don't defend by defense, they foul. So if you can give them something to think about, and that's what Pirates did, especially in that first half. Give them something to think about. You don't need to score 3 goals versus Sundowns. All you need to do is to have them thinking. Ooh, that's the kono saling. Ngale koneni, kono lipasa ngapa, kono tito ngapa. Oh, what are we gonna be able to push Mudau forward? Are we able to do this? Are we gonna be able to do everything that we want to do and impose ourselves? If we have to be thinking about who's at the back waiting to take advantage of us. And Pirates, there was a chance that Lipasa got, he stole the ball, couldn't quite finish it. There was a chance where Williams came out. But now that Sundowns was asked questions, we have to give Rulani credit because he came up with answers. And he came up with an answer that might not make a lot of Sundowns fans happy. It might not make you guys happy to see your team going 2 backs of 4. If you ever watched Burnley, under Sean Dyche, Burnley, they used to play this back 4 and they used to like shift and do this once they've got that first goal. And I think it's incredible to watch Rulani get put into that position and watch Rulani respond. Now we see that not only is this Sundowns team well drilled going forward, this is a Sundowns team that is well drilled in defense. And this is going to aid Sundowns when they go into the CAF competitions, when you can't go pound for pound, toe-to-toe for the whole match, when you're finding teams like Abu White, Casablanca, Abu Ahly, who don't care who you are and are going to attack you. This is important. Remember, what was the criticism last year about Rulani when he lost that White game, right? What was it? It was because Sundowns was naive. Sundowns should have shut shop. Sundowns don't get rid of Charlie. Don't do all of that stuff. He's actively trying to fix that. So you have to give him credit for that. But it was a cracker of a game. I'm going to open up the lines. Remember, you have to be following me on TikTok and joining while I'm live. At the bottom of your screen, you're going to see a multi-guest button. Click on the multi-guest button, request, jump onto the panel so we can really speak about this game. And another thing before I let everybody in. How incredible was it? And this is not me being a Chiefs fan. How incredible was it? One of the questions that I asked was, what does adversity look like for Pirates? When they're playing in Orlando, when they go down against good teams, because by and large, let's be honest, for the rest of this season, this is the game. This is the game where you'll see tactical changes, where you'll see them fighting, where you'll see them being positive. We're not going to see it anywhere else. But how impressive, how crazy was it to watch? How does Orlando react when they go down? How does, these are, hey man, I love this, man. This was a game where a lot of questions and answers were given to us. Let me let in the first panel. And remember, guys, we are going to speak about Kaizer Chiefs in the next hour as well. So we're going to start off with this match. Let me let in some people. We'll try to do 2 panels per game. Kumo, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing?
Yeah. Thank you. What's up?
Tell me. What are your general thoughts about this game?
Sure, my guy. That game was phenomenal. It had everything. Ne? It had a lot of talking points. It brought me back to know like why I love PSL and South African flavor so much. I'm glad we had I'm a Sundowns supporter, as you all know. So I'm glad that we played a team that wasn't scared of us, a team that was like our peers, and they gave it all. I would love to see more games from my side, especially. But yeah, man, yesterday records were broken, unbeaten run for 7 days in a row, 34 games unbeaten. So a lot of positives were there yesterday. And also to see Shabalala back was also nice for me. And to see that and I heard what you said yesterday during the game. I won't let you go. What a contentious penalty. There was clearly a penalty. It was well deserved. And when I'm supporting the team that you do, you shouldn't be speaking about such things.
Yeah. Benefitang now.
Exactly, like Pitso said, Lenna would like to benefit sometime, you know?
We were called lucky, Akira. Your coach called us lucky. So someone else.
Let it be our saying. But the other thing, now, one thing that I've noticed, Sundowns, the team, the players themselves, they care and they fight for each other. There's no animosity or jealousy, or if anything, I won't say. Because of like we had 3 penalty takers there, and Peter could have easily taken it because like it's our default penalty take. Mara and man, overall, man, and to see the stadiums full on a Wednesday.
What a feeling, guys.
It is nice, man. Like I felt like, what am I doing here at home? Why can I stadium, man? Yeah, man. Look, that game made me realize what I really love the PSL and I love my South African style of football. Yeah, that's how I viewed the game yesterday.
Okay. We'll come back. Lebza, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Tell me, what are your general thoughts about this game that Pirates played with Sundowns?
Yo, what a game. I'm happy, no. Maabane re bone bolo. E seng meka yo sala re bone khale re bona Sundowns se itirela ka di teams tsa rona e shapa di teams tsa rona for ai maabane Pirates ko re e bontshitse gore nyamane re serious ka ntho ya rona. And ja ke itimela ja decisions tsa di referee le tsone sometimes man ke nagana gore William se ka batho tse red card mola because o thibetse le hasa go kora but penalty la Sundowns yone ke yone go ya ka nna ke yone but what a game especially mo midfielding ke happy man ke happy go bona gore maabane ke thabile go ke di Chiefs ne ebile ke sa sheba game ya Chiefs ko ra ke batla go bona bolo maabane mare bone bolo a good advertisement for South African football.
Yeah. Okay.
Le difene go tlhagalla ka Wednesday ke sa expect but yo ne go le go ntle kwa Orlando maabane what a game.
I know, what a game. And this is what I'm saying, or sometimes guys, I know I'm a Chiefs fan, but you know when you get to watch in we were watching both of them live there. And I can tell you the other game, let me bring in Malume Kutso. Let me bring in Malume Kutso. As somebody who was at the stadium, how did you feel about the game? And also welcome to the show.
Mr. Uti, how are you?
Look, I got to watch some football yesterday. A certain player was announced today. I can feel a little bit excited. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but we'll speak about that later. What do you think about this game?
Interesting game. There was tension in the air. Just before the game, you could feel there's anger and irritability. I don't know if TV tired already. Missiles were being thrown into the pitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, continuously. Otto almost lost his eye when the 1 liter bottle came flying. Bambisikal bottle corona. So yeah, it was a bit tricky. Down there, yeah. Even the linesman, Unlorile, I know, wherever he is, hey, there was this guy. He was going after me. I told him, "Must watch your back."
So you were part of the animosity.
And let me tell you, after he said, "You must watch your back, linesman," he flagged for offside when a Pirates player had passed the Sundowns player. We're like, yeah, how you see But on the real, I believe these refs, you must assume a character and stay with it. I don't like Victor Hlongwane as a ref because I felt like he goes over the limit in terms of reprimanding players, and at times I felt he goes into tactics. At times he would reprimand a player, why are you not taking a throw in? I'm not going to allow anyone else to take a throw in. You are taking it, And I thought, no, just wait for whoever is coming and then give that guy a yellow and don't go into my tactics. But he had a character.
Yeah.
Well, I understand. Victor Gomes had a character, which he's a no-nonsense ref. Ace Ngogo, Ian McLeod. These are the refs.
Damon, Daniel Bennett.
Well, I understand. These are the refs we remember throughout. Well, I understand. Because they had a specific character. Now, come this guy at Orlando, within 10 minutes, gives a penalty. It's beautiful. I don't think it's a penalty, but I understand why he would give it. I'm like, beautiful. You're a brave ref. Sipho Mbude then commits a second bookable offense. Show the same balls. Excuse my language. Show the same guts to make a decision. Give him a red. I get it when you're not managing games. You're giving decisions as is. Why are you suddenly managing the game? No, manage the game. If you're gonna manage the game, manage it for everyone.
Yeah.
Don't just then decide which, okay, I should be the manager. Now Pirates fans, you can see which they want me. Now you're giving Bokogi the fouls, it's on Kimang Spisi. You're like, but that's not a foul. It's because we feel or we know or call out. You understand? So I just believe he wasn't strong enough.
Okay.
Sundowns don't need can help your refs, guys. These refs need to be told, which just because Motsepe is sitting there go Kev and the AFCON is coming up, they shouldn't be auditioning like this to say that Motsepe, did you see what I did again? No. They should just let the game flow. The penalty, I will say, I understand why the ref would give it.
Yeah.
He was
if we're being honest, yeah.
Yeah, or Shapile Mshishi. Then I had to shake a slow mo, and then I saw it. No, man. Paloni missed him, and then Mshishi saw which he couldn't take off because he was approaching, and then he extended his foot, or which he Palonam tint the foot. So I understand that, but I'm like, it's not a penalty. Well, I understand. All in all, a good game. Default to Sundowns. We did some damage as Pirates, and Chiefs must do some damage as well. Whether you win or you lose, you must do some damage this weekend. I saw numerous yellow cards. Motaung was on a yellow, Mokwena got a yellow. So Chiefs can also do some damage, whether you win or you lose. Some damage. Sometimes must go into the next game limping with these yellows. And what I did not understand is if Motaung is going to get a yellow. You see the inconsistency. If Motaung is going to get a yellow for excessive force against Ukapinga without kicking him, why is Mbule not getting a yellow? What's the difference between the two? But yeah, Williams, guys. Williams, that's not a red card. Olipasa is not going directly to goal. Firstly, the distance, and there's two other players. So it can't be a thing. Because
it's not a clear-cut chance.
Yeah. The red card, the red card rationale behind it is DOGSO, denial of a goal scoring opportunity, of an obvious goal scoring opportunity, and it clearly wasn't obvious in that case. I understand, but all in all, it was a good game.
Okay,
I'm hunting that linesman. That's Rob.
Tlogela linesman man, kiningli limshapagari corona moko Orlando. Pitso, welcome to the show. How are you doing, my brother?
My brother, how are you?
No, I'm okay. Hey, wait a king. Soweto said today, Mara, I'm okay. I live in Pitori, so I can take some joy. I don't know. Tell me, what did you tell your thoughts about UK?
Yeah, well, yesterday we saw total football. I don't want to lie. We saw total football at Orlando. The stage was set, the stage was set, and both teams came to the party. But I just want to highlight this thing that I think Pirates gave Sundowns a little bit of respect in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the game. Pirates were still tactical in the first. Actually, they were still tactical until the penalty. But immediately after the penalty, the Pirates we know was unleashed. The attacking, the fearless Pirates we know was unleashed. And I think the only moments we'll talk about Sundowns, even though they had 4 shots on target, but the only thing we can remember about Sundowns was that penalty and as a goal, but nothing was very, very critical in terms of them attacking Pirates. But Pirates was attacking. It's only that we did not have the final touch, but we were on top of Sundowns. We were on top of them through the last 25 minutes of the first half and the 45 minutes of the second half. We were on top of them. They were nowhere to be found. And I am telling you, my brother, go and check all the stats that Sundowns, all these 6 seasons still by winning the league. You'll never find a stats that tells you that Sundowns had committed 21 fouls in one game. Never. So now this will show you how much Pirates was on top of Sundowns. They were very tactical. It reminded me of the Sundowns that when it was coached by Pitso and Pirates was coached by Micho. The only way Pitso knew how to beat Pirates was to be physical, be on top of Pirates physically. And this is the tactics that Rulani applied yesterday. He knew that he was going to Orlando and Pirates is on form. So the only way to get out of Orlando is to be tactical. And that's what they applied. I mean, Sundowns had 6 players on yellow cards. And on that 6 players, 2 of them were supposed to have seen the red card. I'm telling you. Mokwena and Bule, they were supposed to have walked. I'm telling you. Well, the one Williams, well, okay, it's fine. It's questionable. Even though Lepasa was like he only had to go past Williams, then he saw the post. There was no any other player in front of him. But it's there for a debate. It's okay. As for the penalty, that's not a penalty. Come on, guys. It's only that Mshishi is an experienced player. He'd know how to pull stunts like that. So he pulled a stunt, and yes, we take it. I mean, that's professional football, but that was not a penalty. But we are taking it. I'm proud of my boys. I'm proud of Orlando Pirates. It's good to lose in such a high standard game. I'm telling you, my guy, from now on, let's forget as Pirates fans, guys, let's forget about Saleng for now. There's a new boy in Orlando. There's a new boy in Orlando. They call him Vuvuvu. He's here.
Come on.
Vuvuvu. The Vuvuvu is here.
I'm gonna jump in. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the incredible part of the match is I've told you guys before, there are ways to lose matches. There are ways. There's ways where, man, you can hold your head up high and say, but we tried our best in this game. we gave them a little bit something. It's not necessarily that you have to win everything. Kumo, let's talk about Pirates. I want to start with Pirates here very quickly. I want to start with Pirates. What do you think of Pirates? I mean, we expected them to be high tempo. We expected them to attack Sundowns. And they put you guys in some uncomfortable positions. But there was a point where they just stopped. They couldn't go anymore. They took off everybody. And then they became desperate. Is this now a blueprint of how to beat Pirates?
On how to beat Pirates?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, we've got so many blueprints on how to beat Pirates because we beat them all the time. But rather, you should be saying, is Pirates way a blueprint on how to stop Sundowns?
No, we're gonna get to Sundowns. We're gonna get to Sundowns.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, Pirates should have kept on with the tempo because, in all honesty, they were able to actually get behind the line, especially on their counter-attacks. They've got speedy players that put us under pressure. You know, I'm glad they played like that because it made us less complacent going into games because winning all the time can make you feel invincible. And honestly, Pirates showed us that we are beatable. No matter what everyone thinks. So I hear a lot of people keep saying that the referee was on their side and whatnot. Although they make good points and everything, but I won't take their matters into it because everyone here is biased. No matter how hard you try to hide it, we are all biased. Unless someone from Qatar who's a neutral watches the game and tell me that there was a penalty, I will believe them. But if it's us guys here, I won't take it too hard. But yeah, man, Pirates should have remained should have stuck to their game plan. They could have done a lot of damage to us, and especially if they had their scoring boots on, because it was just little things they should have added to their game plan, and we would have seen a draw, or maybe even they could have went on to win the game against us.
And then I think I'm going to ask it like this very quickly because I gave you some time. Can you give me one sentence for each? Or what did Pirates do well? What did Pirates do badly? Just one sentence on each.
Pirates panicked. Pirates, they did well by going behind our defensive line. They could have scored more.
Okay. Lebza, tell me, let's look at Pirates. Can you tell me what Pirates did well in this match and what Pirates did badly in this match?
You know, it was game of two halves, ne? Pirates ever started like by Sundowns respect them. I Toma, but after that goal, penalty. Pirates it's more go sala we Sundowns gore in ball position.
Okay.
But other Pirates ke gore like bolen ba tshameka like bo mpase ka makono o khona go bona gore ba batla go ira but go final third I think ke mo ba leka teng go ba aggressive. I wanna if it ba lokisitse mo final third ya bone and ke qala go bona the way Pirates like ba khonne go stop Sundowns ba forcile Sundowns gore ba tshameke di long ball ke qala go bona Sundowns e dlala di long balls ke ntse tse le gore Pirates yone ne na le game plan ke fela gore a bona ba lokisitse mo final third ke la gore ntwane maybe mo fokeng yeah he's a good player and ke a morata mfane gore South Africa fale it was a player fale but ke fela go like wa bona ba sa kopane bo le pasa if ne gona le combination go pele bo le pasa le bo mo fokeng ka be re bua tse dingwe.
Okay, Twanebza. Malebe Kutso, what did your team do well and what did your team do badly in the game?
Mr. Oti, I'm going to swim against the tie on this one.
Okay.
Pirates disrespected Sundowns in the first half. That's why we got caught. That's why Masamai was caught napping. He thought he was playing against Skokune, where people watch you dance. And he's playing against Sundowns, where people will press you. Understand? And in the second half, we are led to the fact that we are playing against a team that can match us or a team that is probably a notch above us, not too far, but then show them respect, move the ball a bit quicker, be more decisive. Understand? We came in with some big hits. And I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I felt like Uli Pasa didn't have enough movement to show which you're playing against cleverer defenders compared to defenders you usually play against. You're not playing against that guy at Cape Town City who you're just gonna shield off and he falls like a piece of paper. You're playing against Umvala who does not mind leaving the pitch with a bandage on his head every day. He's gonna give his head, his soul, everything. He's ready to die, literally. You understand? So we only noticed that in the second half, and those who don't usually come to the stadium, they were bad for us yesterday. They were bad for us. The festive goers, they were bad because they put Maswangai, a player who has been on form. They put him.
They were even shouting at Lipasa at some point. It looked like Lipasa was getting shouted at.
Exactly. The boy was crying after the game. He could not believe what was happening because he came in as the hottest thing in town. Next thing, he's receiving hate out of nowhere, uncontrollable hate. At some point, I had to tell these guys who kept saying, sit down, we want to watch the game. It's the 80th minute. We are losing. The boys need support. When you think this is a restaurant, you think we must sit down here. You understand? So I felt with someone.
Oh, muted.
I felt with someone. Please. They don't.
No.
Now there's an echo. Mr. Oti, and then I'll come back.
Okay, sharp. Prabito, what did Pirates do well
Sure.
and what did Pirates do badly in this game?
What Pirates did badly, like I said, it happened on the first 15 minutes of trying to give Sundowns a lot of respect. Number two, I think we kept Mufokeng and Saleng for quite some time in the field, and they were not coming to the party. I want to believe that we could have started the game with Mufokeng on the bench and started with Hoto. For the experience part of it, I mean, we are playing Sundowns here. And as for Lepasa, I thought that he was going to start with Erasmus, because Lepasa is now on two yellow cards. Now you could see, you remember Lepasa is an aggressive striker. He would mark you, so he was not the Lepasa we knew, probably because he was thinking of the card that if he get a card, he's going to be suspended for the next match. So I think that's where we got it wrong, in terms of keeping Saleng and Mofokeng for a long time. But I think the good thing about it is when Saleng and Mofokeng went out, we started seeing Pirates, man. I mean, even Abu Kapinganje, you could see the touches, they were there. So with Maswangani was not really bad. Actually, he was not really bad. What made him out to be like he's off form was that it showed that Sundowns had planned on him. There was no way Maswangani touched the ball and he was marked by one person. 2 or 3 people went to him. So that's why it looked like he was off form, but he was not really bad. Yeah, so I think the substitutions were good, but the timing was not good. That's what I saw.
But what did they do well? I think you just didn't hear that part first. Well, what did Pirates do well?
What did Pirates do well? What they did well began after 15 minutes. They became the Orlando Pirates that we know. The fearless Orlando Pirates, that plays in Orlando where we don't care, where we know that Marco will mark you and come with the ball, and take even defenders on. That's the Pirates that we saw immediately after the penalty. So I think that's what I see us doing well. But unfortunately, there was already a goal. But we'll fix this in the final. We'll fix it. Not a train smash.
Okay. Guys, I'm looking at the time, so I wanna go to a second panel, but then Malume Kuto, just finish your point there, because what I wanted to ask you was, remember when I told you guys that my question is going to be, what happens when Pirates is down at Orlando, when they're frustrated at Orlando, is it going to be the same place or is it going to work against the team? This is what I wanted to see.
Yeah, it worked against the team. Honestly speaking, and I'm not afraid to say it, due to non-stadium going supporters who just don't know how to support the team. But more important, I just want to draw attention to the coach, Rivero. He believes in throwing players into the deep end. So he expected that Saleng reaction from players like Abu Paloni, Abu Maswangai and Ratomo. And unfortunately, it didn't come for Umfukeng as well as Umaswangai. And Umaswangai, he must be taught how to cheat. And by how to cheat, I mean, if you're going to be fouled, because he was fouled most of the time, and the ref didn't give it. If you're going to be fouled, fall onto the ball and hold the ball so that the ref can give you that foul. Experienced players, skilled players know you don't just fall and hope that the ref will blow for you. You fall and you control your destiny by holding that ball and saying, ref, it's a foul. The ref will give it to you. And another thing, we play so... Izolo Sundowns could have punished us. In defense, there was a back four, and then there was the rest of the team. We pressed so badly, Abo never felt like a center. One understand. But this beast, they were feel like the arc, Pirates in the Pirates half. And everyone else would press the defense. All it took for Sundowns to get going was just a loop, and the ball will fall to Alende. If you watch my highlights, about Alende, about Mbule, they are all alone. Once they get the ball down, it's a freeway. Ukogi had to do some miracles against that that boy, Umaseko. He gets in his pocket nicely. But I felt you can't, it's what we complained about Castellenbosch. You can't want to play deep. A low block, and then you want to press.
And you don't have a six.
And we don't have a six. And I wanted to touch on that. Yesterday, Umnare proved that Undlondlo is actually assisting him by going behind him.
Thank you.
That if Ndlondlo doesn't do that, if Ndlondlo doesn't break the laws of football that a CDM must go and fetch the ball, we will be, I almost use a wrong way, but we will be in a bad place. We will be in a bad place that no one wants to find themselves in. I just wanted to, and Lavabate Ulloch is not needed. I'm sure you've changed your mind.
Now I remember, Baba, thank you, Malume Kutz. I'm going to change the panel now. I told you guys, problem ka Pirates is that you guys don't have a six. And now because you were missing Undondo, you didn't have somebody that could pick up the ball and transition forward. Munare doesn't play any defense. He plays like an extra attacker. So when you're missing Dondo, there's no link man. And the sad part about what we saw yesterday was that Jose Rivero continued to try and have Uchain play balls out to Abosbisi. Usually Ndondo's there. I get Kundondo now. And I remember telling you guys as well that because you don't have somebody in front of the defense, Utim, Umakaula, to just sit in front of the defense and take some pressure off of these two. Take some pressure off of these two. You're going to see some problems. It's similar to what Sundowns does, but you're going to see some problems. Let me let in the final panel for the Sundowns side. But hey, let me just get everybody in who was here. I know Zesho was here. Let's bring in Ubarongo as well. Yeah, there we go. Agent, how are you doing, my brother?
I'm good. I was shy. I was listening to wizards and witches and Harry Potter speaking before me.
What I'm
but
saying
I think
is that somebody was like this. I hope you know what I'm saying. Somebody was like this towards the end of that
Squeaky bum time. Squeaky bum time.
What are your general thoughts about this game, firstly?
I think before I go to the general of the game, I think let's just deal with the administration part of stuff. There's as a category A game.
Yeah.
We can't be having a category A game on a Wednesday and at night. You know, we've seen enough disasters, guys. The Elias Park disaster, the Oppenheimer disasters. We have seen those disasters. You know, and after such kind of big games, it's very dangerous because everyone is there. There is crowd, there is traffic, people are drinking. So that was very bad from PSL, you know. And you, it's a category A game again, and you bring in a substandard referee, you know. That also was extremely bad. Like, let's talk about decisions individually. We'll talk about them, but the referee himself was not fit enough, you know. I don't even think he has many caps in PSL, you know. I think this game, like I was saying, I don't like Jelly Shavani. I think he's a Chiefs fan. He's a Chiefs douche, but he's a category A coach, referee, you know. So let's talk about the two main incidents, you know.
Very quickly.
Very quickly. With the Zwane one, he missed him right on the initial challenge, but look at the trailing leg, the supporting leg that Zwane stands on. That's where Obaluni took him, you know. That's why for me it was a penalty.
But that was smart by Uzwan. You have to say that. That was smart by Uzwan.
That's experience. I don't think the what do you call it? The challenge was enough to bring Uzwan down. You know.
But it's a penalty.
I don't think it was enough. But it's a penalty because it was a touch. You know. And then you talk of the red card. I think I want to blame Lepasa for his first touch. One of his first touch was directly behind Williams. It was a definite red card, you know. But because the pass went away from goal line, it was going towards the what is it called? The throw-in line, you know. Then it becomes a bit debatable because, like Uwabuti was saying, we look at Doxo, and Doxo says we need to meet 4 criteria for it to be a penalty. We look at the number of defenders. Can defenders stop you? You say, okay, fine, but defenders are in line with Lepasa. We're not sure about that. So let's give benefit of the doubt to Lepasa because he's attacking, you know. And then you say, okay, fine, distance to the goal. This touch takes the ball away from the distance of the goal. That's the first. That's problem number 1. Problem number 2 is the direction of the ball. The direction not going towards the ball, but away from the goal. You see, those 2 things made it not to be a denial of an obvious post-goal opportunity.
Should Doxo be reviewed in the case of a sweeper keeper? I think that's what makes it tough, is that in any case he was off his goal. So let's say he didn't touch Lipasa. Could Lipasa still somehow maneuver that? Do we have to look at it in terms of when it's a keeper who's coming up so far, who's doing the sweeper keeper thing?
Yeah, because we have to look at it because even if it's an awkward angle away from his at the line, he can afford to loop it over because he knows the defender can't hold the ball. You know, so I think we need to revisit and say, but do we look at the distance of how many defenders we have, or we're saying our defenders, is there 2 defenders at least who are on the goal post who can defend the goal? You know, because once we start saying there have to be at least 1 defender, he can't catch the ball with his hands like a keeper, you know. So I think there's a different and a valid point that we need to look at Doxo from a super keeper's perspective, you know.
Okay. Yeah. General thoughts, quickly, 1 line general thoughts, because you took your time.
Yeah, because I wanted to clarify the noise. But just general thoughts, good advertisement for the PSL game, and it was what we expected a big game to be. You know, I expected to be a bit dull, cagey, but it was a proper Stars derby. This thing was not a PSL game. It was a camp game, Champions League game.
Man. You feel I Sundowns fans. Tipo Truck Business. Welcome, my brother. How are you doing?
Good.
Tell me, what are your general thoughts about this game?
It was a very good display of South African football. I was very impressed. Overall, I mean, you know, Sundowns cheated, the referee, you know, brown envelope, you know, the situation. But let me ask you, Overthinker, to the Sundowns fans and to the other fans. When you kick someone, you've got 1 yellow card, right? and you kick someone in the head, isn't that the second yellow card? That's the question I do ask Sundowns. you are kicking the head. You're not kicking the ball. You are kicking. Your foot is high. Is it a yellow card or is it what? It's a yellow card. Second one. That one was supposed to be out. Second of all, I want to explain the issue of why the keeper was supposed to get a red card.
Okay.
The keeper, if you look at the keeper, he never played the ball. He never went. And in football, it says when you go to a person, you are taking a person, it's a straight red. Because you're not playing the ball. And Roland Williams was not even, he was far away from the ball. He went for the pass. Because if you check what happened, he went for the passer. If the passer went past him, he was out of his goal. And there was another player on the other side that was rushing to the goal and was going to square the goal, the ball. You understand? So, first of all, in football, they say when you're not playing the ball, you are playing the man, you get a red card.
Okay.
Right. But anyway, the football was great. Voom Voom, you saw Voom Voom how he was doing.
Give Voom Voom, hey.
Voom Voom, yeah. But overall, we lacked Ndlondlo there in the middle field.
Yeah.
I think when Voom Voom came in, he showed that he was passing forward. We needed someone who would pass forward. But we lacked. We can see who we lacked. But Voom Voom came in and he was passing forward. He was showing us he's there. He was showing us his presence. But anyway, overall it was a nice game. I enjoyed it. But I wanted at least we gave Sundowns what they're scared of us. They are scared. They know. And I wish we meet in the final. I wish we meet in the final. Then we will show them.
Unfortunately, it's going to be a derby, but let me bring you to Zasho. Zasho, welcome to the show. How are you doing?
So, how's it, OT?
No, I'm okay, my brother. Tell me, what are your general thoughts about this game?
It was a nice game. The stadium, Amakemi. Abe nama emotions mobona ukuthi like amashita wonke all teams mewafuna ukusebenza both Pirates and Sundowns dabona ukuthi mewazimisele nekuyigame elihle kakhulu but mina I'm worried nga one thing how many teams have played well against Sundowns this past seasons but did not win. I think that ukuthi i-Sundowns i-dominate kanje like angazi ama-team wethu amanye akuphi la eMzansi because I think mina already nje sekuyi-pharmacy yabona so singakhuluma vele sithi
suka nje
exactly i-Pirates idlale kahle mina nginobhathi ukuthi izodliwa nini i-Sundowns sizoyistopa nini njengama-team phela mesithembele nakuyo i-Pirates mina mese ngithembele ku-Pirates ngithi hayi izosivikelela nathi thina singakhona ngokuvika induku ngabona so if i-Pirates ayifuni ukustopa i-Sundowns so I think ukuthi izoyenza ukuthi iligi yethu this thing ukunga-challenge i-Sundowns iyenza ukuthi iligi yethu ibe dull. Let's be honest, i-Sundowns kwenye level as much as nayo i-Pirates kwenye level but i-Pirates can't contain Sundowns because i-Sundowns ikude kakhulu very far i-Sundowns sazothatha kade kakhulu ngoba amanye ama-teams asahlanganisa manje nayo i-Pirates ayikabi la ifuna ukuba khona ngoba iluku idraw amagame iphuma iyodliwa abo yini joining FP yabona ukuthi kusane siphithiphithi nabo inconsistency level yabo yabalimaza at some stage ukuthi angeke bakhona ukufika vele kula i-Sundowns ikhona i-Sundowns isazobusa phela asikhulumeni 21 points 7 games 7 win akunamehluko kwenye team ukuthi at least ibashaya 1-0 akuna like difference kufana na last season they only lost I think is it 1 or 2 games but not more than 2 ne so I'm worried with football yethu ukuthi i-Sundowns maloku sisale phezulu isibamba ngama-two claim left and right yonke into apart from that mara i-Pirates yona idlalile angijiki lutho vele lapho into sinayiphikisa sonke sibonile lapho I'm just worried about nje ama-results ukuthi how can we stop i-Sundowns how can sikhona nathi challenge ihlale ku-number 3 nayo i-Sundowns kwamanye sesidlala ku-Bundesliga manje we-Bayern Munich iwina boma 14 league in a row uyabona izinto ezinjalo. So I think kumele sibheke futhi nalapho ukuthi ama-team wethu ayenzani ukuthi asifundisani from i-Sundowns. I think there is something we should learn from i-Sundowns because they have done so much.
I think the bigger question isn't Guti Sienzan against the Sundowns. Every team only plays Sundowns twice in the league. The question is why a team like the Pirates, for example, can't be more consistent against everybody else.
Angazazi i-Pirates kusho ukuthi nayo ngikutshela ayikahlangani la njengoba abantu bekwebasha abantu ama-3 like akusiyi team ehlangene njengoba nami ngicabanga ukuthi ihlangene layo was one of those people ukuthi i-Pirates ihlangene iyo vele izolwina ngicabanga ukuthi izolwina nale game leli. So I think vele uthi baluse le game leli I don't think is a matter ukuthi bekumele baluse. I think it's the matter of inconsistency yabo la abakhona like abekho they understand. And ngicela ukukhuluma ngale penalty yakazwana. I think lapha ukhuluma iva uzwane ube smart lapha yazi mawu professional player ku level lenkulu and plus ungapha eMzansi uyazi ukuthi asinama VAR. I think kumele ube decision ukuthi if you can't get to the ball don't stretch your leg or don't make the tackle because any touch nje noma ungangithatha ngombhonzi kancane I will fall obviously thatha 3 points. So I think uzwane uhlakaniphe kakhulu and then lo mfana lo ubaloni azange abe smart kakhulu and I was surprised ukuthi ubaloni why aqala igame elikhulu kanje whereby ugcinenini kumbona ubaloni adlala lapha kuphela. I was surprised ukuthi nabantu abane-experience abantu abadlale ne-Sundowns abo team yabona there are some players maybe bangabafaka lapha esikhundleni sakabaloni because ungeke ufake uthathe umuntu ongadlalanga ama-game awe-Pirates consistency until to this game ye-Sundowns bese uyamfaka igame le-Sundowns angadlalanga previous 6 games. So I think uJose Rovelo ugembulile angazi ukuthi umbone ethini or kanjani maka I'm not saying he's bad, I'm just saying ukuthi I don't think mekuyile game leli bekumele aqale ubaloni ngalo lelo game lelo.
Okay. You know what, I always hey, I don't want to speak about too many things I've asked. I remember asking you guys, Guti, does Jose Rivero have replacements for certain people on the pitch when they're not there? And I asked Guti, Abondlondo Laba, who are very important, does he have a secondary Ndlondo that can come in, for example? Because he's going to face more of these situations when Ndlondo Ageko, or they have to play Champions League, or they have to play, it's a congested time, so they have to rotate players. Does he have people that can come in? But, welcome to the show. How are you doing? Barongwa. Okay, I see. Yeah, we'll come back. I'll come back for Barongwa. Agent 007, what did Sundowns do well and what did Sundowns do badly in this game?
Yeah, I think, I think people are noticing Sundowns now, to be honest. We talked about this system, me and you, the very first game, and we said, Sundowns commit a lot of fouls, guys. It's the Sundowns play. Like, it was not that Paris was doing what Sundowns with this diamond, chameleon, whatever thing. Sundowns commit a lot of fouls, and I don't like it because we are always one foul away from a red card, So what's gonna happen when you do get that red card, And I look at the game yesterday of the midfielders and the defense, including the keeper. Only AB didn't have a yellow card, And I think it goes back to maybe, I don't know if it was him or it was Lepasa, not Lepasa, I mean Osaling. One of the two was something else. Lepasa either was not on game. Why am I saying Lepasa? Saling either was not on game or AB was good because he didn't have to commit fouls, which he usually commits. So, but what Sundowns did, let me start with that they did bad. What the Sundowns that I know is we control the game, we defend by having the ball. Once we have the ball, that's how we defend, so that it can change us by defending. But once I saw once I saw Mendieta, once I saw Morena, once I saw Maseko, I knew we were gonna play helicopter football now. you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I knew it was going to be speed, take balls, throw at them there, you know. And I don't like that. Okay, fine, maybe you're experimenting for Kev, but you can experiment for Kev on lesser game, or if you're leading by a comfortable score, you know. But once you do that, because now we are throwing balls to the defense, and we don't have a hold up player, you know, because we don't have Ribeiro, we don't have Foshalulile. So the ball automatically comes back, and they start attacking us, you know. So I think that's what we did wrong. And I think this was not in an Mbule game. Mbule doesn't react well under pressure. You know, he's super slow, you know. So I think we need someone who was Umayema, I think, was going to do well. And Omvala had a good game despite his mistakes. He's a mistake-prone player. He's an unlucky player. He's like Peterson. He will give an end of 10 and still commit a silly error, you know. So I think that's what we did wrong. But yeah, I think otherwise,
what did you do right?
Besides first half, what we did right, I think what we did right is always the same thing. You know, we're able to play through the gaps. We're able to play through the passing lanes. Even though I didn't like it, I think we showed a different beast than us, that we're able to defend nice, we're compact, you know. Our midfielders did well. I think Allende is going to cause a lot of problems to PSL teams. I think he's a big game player. And yeah, I think that's it. You know, there wasn't much that we did well. I think it was much of the same things that we know, just that we saw a different beast in the second half. Yeah.
Okay. Tipper truck business. Tell me, what did Sundowns do well in this game, and what did they do badly? Hey guys, are you guys still with me? What's happening here?
I can hear you.
Yeah, let me go. I'm gonna go to Zesho quickly. Zesho, what did Sundowns do well, and what did Sundowns do badly?
Sundowns did well. Ngalento yabo vele bayijwayele just to always keep ibhola esikhathini esiningi kubo. Though azange babanike ispace enough Pirates, but I think they always do well on keeping the ball position to themselves, because it's been there for like many years. And then badly, I think Sundowns defensively wise, like kunama errors amaningi lapha ku Sundowns.
Okay.
Ama errors whereby maybe press baba vulnerable yabona, like abazi ukuthi bayenzeni bagcine baluza amabhola kuma opponent, and most of the thing ukuthi lama opponent labo if mebawapanisha ngama mistake bayenza ama mistake amaningi ngapha ngalo le game leli phela lepha. They've done many mistakes lapha yabo Umvala he's solid, but naye unama errors nyana, same like bona vele njengomusho Williams yabona abantu ngisho ukuthi ama showcase lapha. I think ukekana no naye umdawo lapha ku right back. I think those are the people aba solid for Sundowns lapha emuva. Ara backline yabo ayikho shaky, ishake maybe I challenge manje challenge angeke ibe shaky. That's why bengekho good. That's why mengisho yesterday ukuthi it was day before yesterday, Sundowns iba mnandi mayiphethe ibhola plus once baqala bayibamba lapha ku middle field, that's their strongest point. If you won't get it kusho ukuthi angeke ukhona ukuya kubo uphethe ibhola ngoba vele ibhola awunalo. I think Sundowns yazi the way idlala ngakhona, even though there are games those ba winner scrape, but I think they have a plan like to win games yabona, even though abadlalanga kahle. So yeah, I think offensively wise is where they ban a ball, and then defensively is good slow lapha and baba vulnerable very much baba attack.
Okay. Let me see. Barongo, are you with me? Okay, guys, I'm gonna let you guys go because of time. We still need to cover the second match, so I'm gonna let you guys go. We're going into the Chiefs match now. Look, my last statements just for this match is just that. Listen, what a match, what a game. The only negative we can take from this game was that we took the second best team in the league in one of the hardest places to win We took them to Sundowns, and Sundowns still came out with the win. So that's one of the quote-unquote negatives. All right, guys, we brought in our strongest. This was the PSL strongest punch, if we're being honest, and it didn't work out. So